Welcome back to Temper Tantrums Podcast. I'm Brandy. That's
I'm
what. And then we have St. John, man behind the computer.
booga booga. Woo,
On today's episode, we're talking about the vacation we just got back from.
woo.
Yes. And vacations from the past, John's perspective of his childhood vacations, just traveling in general. So, yeah, we had a great time.
So the rules of the road. Do you know the rules?
You stop every 30 minutes for your toddler to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Make sure you bring chargers for the tablets.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, charger for the tablets because you'll have to get one at a gas station for like $15.
Oh man.
Okay, hold on. Can we just talk about the fact that I have three drinks right now?
Why do you
I
have
have a Sprite,
you
I have a
like
water
you
with a
went
little mixture,
overboard? Like
and then
you're
I
supposed
have like
to
part of a water here.
you only have two hands.
She can have
They're
one
all
in her
like,
mouth.
The other one.
She can hold one with her mouth while she's got the other two in her hands.
none of them are full, but none of them are empty. Okay, they're all here for my enjoyment. Okay, so yeah, rules of
Such
the
is life.
road. What?
Such is life.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So things that we definitely learned traveling with toddlers. This first time we've all like had a vacation like this, as a family, like a big vacation as a family. So like this is the first vacation Wes and I went on together.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, I
Almost
know.
like it's wild.
In our 30s.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. But rules of the road, don't forget chargers for the children. You stop every 30 minutes for them to use the bathroom. Your child will not sleep at night because every time you're on the road, they'll fall asleep, and so they're going to be up all night. Atlanta sucks to drive through.
That is
Oh my!
awful.
Anyone who lives in Atlanta, bless your heart. And you're
Like,
from the South, so you understand what I mean.
yeah, that
Bless
was
your
like terrible and terrifying, and just like it was at night. So like during the day, it wasn't as bad, like when we were coming back, but like driving through Atlanta at nighttime was just awful.
Yeah, it was just like I don't know. Everyone thinks that they're like in NASCAR and they need to be at a certain point, and that was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. And like to put in perspective, like we've driven like downtown Indy, downtown Nashville, downtown Memphis. Like I've driven in all of those areas and nothing was this bad.
The only thing I can compare Atlanta to is Chicago. Chicago and Atlanta are about like the same.
Hmm.
Like
The only time
aggressive
I've like
driving.
driven to Chicago was when I was going to the Chicago like airport with Holly, and her mom drove us. So I was in the back and I didn't pay attention to anything. So I was scared. Just because
The
I didn't know her mom. This is the first time I've ever been in a car with her mom, and like she's driving us downtown Chicago. So
we got to go to a concert, a festival in Chicago. It had wrestling in it.
that's
We got to
cool.
go. Yeah, Courtney did not like Chicago at all.
Oh no, I bet not.
No, it was like a like she said, she's like Atlanta and Chicago, never again, just never
Yeah,
again.
yeah. And if I can go around it ever again, I will. But yeah. So I guess we should say we went to Apollo Beach, Florida. We had a really good time. It was our first like family vacation. Actually, our mom like rented a house like for all of us to stay in for the week. It had like a pool, that was like heated and everything. It's like a saltwater pool, so it was really cool. And like like me, John, and our kid had a room. Wes, Courtney, and their kid had a room, and then like my mom and her husband had a room, and then like our stepsister, and then like mom and John's like best friend had their room. So um yeah, so it was a big house. All of us got to stay in together. It was cool. We got to, what's crazy is like it had a pool table, and none of us really completed a full game of pool, I feel like.
No, me and Courtney played, but like it was such up against the wall, you know what I mean? And that house was so nice. And like, since like mom and John like paid for everything, and that like, thank y'all again
Yeah,
for
shout out.
that. Yeah, so like I didn't want to damage anything, or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they had a pool table, which is cool, but they didn't have the space for that pool
yeah.
table.
But you know what they did have? They had a chessboard.
They had a chessboard.
And I almost beat somebody in chess, but I didn't.
Okay, John. Yeah, that was the first time I played chess in like I don't even know, like 15 years, I feel like. Like I hadn't played chess so long. And so it was cool. It was
What?
cool getting back into that.
You guys played chess on a Thanksgiving on the
I didn't play. Wes played. I didn't play.
oh, okay. My bad. My bad.
Hey, John, this was your first time playing chess, right?
Yeah, with you guys. Every other time it's either been against computer or in my head.
No, okay. Just in your head
Okay.
playing chess,
Yeah,
you do that
just
often?
just fantasizing about winning. So
Okay. So this is the first time he actually learned how to play. And um yeah, we had a good time. The kids were like in the pool and we were in the pool a lot. We had a great time. We went to the beach, went to Clearwater. Um, that was cool. I think my favorite though was like when we went to Anna Maria Island. That beach was like perfect.
Which one is that the Shelly one?
that was the first one
No,
we went to.
that was the first one where the water was like so clear you could like see through it.
Yeah, with all the shells.
Did it have all the
Instead of
shows?
sand.
Yeah, it had a good amount of shells. It was still a cleaner, like a clearer beach though, like water
Yeah,
wise.
like I
Yeah.
would give us like a like super soft sand for like super clear water.
Oh yeah, because that sand got everywhere. That
Yeah,
other
it was
one.
like it wouldn't at Clearwater that sand just like attached to you and like would not let go.
Yeah, it wouldn't come off at all.
It was
Yeah,
like
Even if
paste.
you rinsed it off, you had to dry off to smack it off.
I farted sand for a good 2 hours. Just
I had to literally give our son a bath in the bathroom, like when we all went to go change clothes. And it was like one of those bathrooms where the sink, like you had to push down for the water to come out, and like a very like shallow sink basin. And I'm just like having to like pour it in my hand and like throw it up his butt, like trying to get the sand off of him. It was not a good time, let me tell you. And it was really hot. And so, but he had sand in the most terrible places, but I had to get it off of him before I changed his clothes. So, yeah, but like I love clear, like a clear water, like that was the clearest I've ever seen, really. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say Myrtle Beach wasn't even like that.
no, Myrtle Beach is kind of like more like, I don't know, like it's more like brown, I feel
You think
like
it's
it's not as,
brown?
yeah, I feel like it's not as like
it's a
blue.
murkier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more murkier. And like Anna Maria was like pretty clear, but it was like greenish blue,
Mhm.
but like you could see straight to the bottom. Like
Oh wow.
you were there, bruh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, because like John was like, hey, you can see fish down there. And I was like, oh yeah, you can. You could
Yeah.
like see fish down there by your feet, like floating around and like stuff like that. It was really cool.
And there wasn't a lot of seaweed or anything either. Or sea
Yeah,
grass.
no.
It was just like a good beach. Like good. But Clearwater was nice, and it was like sandy white beach, but like I feel like there was a lot of seaweed and seagrass, and like I'm thinking everything is a shark, and so every time something touches me, I'm like, ah, get me out of here.
You
But
just hear Jaws just. Dun, 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 dun.
not like
Oh,
I was like aware the whole time, like, is that a fin? Like, is that a fin over there in the water? Like, are we gonna die? Am I close enough to run or swim to the? Are there enough people around me where I can like get away if they get eaten? You know what I'm saying?
Push someone else into the shark.
yeah.
You go in groups,
Sacrifice
okay?
someone
You
else.
go in groups. I mean, if the shark came at you, babe, like I would punch him. You know what I mean? But like,
Oh, thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I got you, bro.
Another
But yeah.
like pro tip is like bring skis because like pulling a wagon through that sand
Oh my gosh.
is just terrible.
Yeah, and we had so much stuff too. It's just like, oh my goodness. But I mean, it was a good time. Like it was good. The sun, whew, that baked us.
Oh yeah, like I had my hair up in a bun and everything, and all around my scalp got burnt around my bun.
Oh no.
Yeah,
And
I
did
like
that peel?
it sure did, yeah, and like oh, it blistered up too, and like my back kind of blistered up a little bit too. It almost kind of made it feel like alligator skin there for a little bit.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was kind of yeah.
I'm
It's gone
still
away
peeling.
now.
Like a week later, and I'm still peeling.
Yeah, my
Really?
shoulders are still peeling too.
Wow.
But I have like very ginger skin, so. But everyone was like, "Oh, you're so tan. Did you tan?" And I was like, "No, I lathered myself in freaking sunscreen at every point." But I still burned, and so it takes a couple of burns. Like I went tanning for weeks before we went on this vacation, so I wouldn't get so burned that I would be miserable. But like it takes a good couple of burns for me to start to get a little tan, and then finally I'll get pretty tan, but it'll go pretty fast too. So
Yeah, we're also like ivory white. Like,
okay, don't even because you and mom tan so fast. Like you guys can be out in the sun for 2 days and be nice and like golden tan. Me, I'm out there and I'm like red as a lobster.
okay, but like keeping a tan is real hard because like I can get tan real easy, like just like at a 7.5. But let me go inside and sleep for 6 hours and I'll be as white as this. You know what I
Is
mean?
that Neil?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, but I did wear sunscreen for all of you people who are like worried. I did wear sunscreen when we were down there. I know tanning is not good for you, causes skin cancer, all that stuff, but sunscreen just doesn't work all the way. Like I still burned while we were there. Like I still did, and I like lathered myself with sunscreen. But yeah, it was a really good time. I love being outside in the sun though, like just being in the sun, soaking up that like those rays. It just feels so good.
Okay, so I have two disappointments that didn't happen in the beach.
Okay.
All right. One, I didn't play volleyball. I was kind of really hoping to play volleyball. Two, I didn't get to see anyone run in slow motion. And I'm really disappointed in that.
Okay,
Like,
all of those things you could have made happen though. Like you could have said,
no,
"Hey, John, can
no,
you run in slow
no.
motion?" He would have done that for you.
Not I didn't see one person in red shorts run in slow motion.
Well, that's pretty good though. Like no one got eaten by a shark, no one drowned. Like usually they're running like that because there's an emergency.
Well, Baywatch made it seem like there was an emergency almost every 2 hours,
No,
and it didn't.
no, sir.
I think we went to two calmless beaches. We need to
I'm
find
okay
Mr.
with
Hasselhoff and be like, "What's up?"
it. No. Like I no, like I feel like I've been to the beach several times now and like I've never seen it like where there's been an emergency and I'm very thankful for that because I would probably never go to the beach again.
We have seen a red flag though when we went to Myrtle Beach that one time.
Well, yeah, red flag. That just means like the waves are too crazy.
Oh, I thought that was for sharks.
Nah,
Oh.
They're in a
I don't think
frenzy. Come over here. I also thought that went to like jellyfish too. Like if there was like too much jellyfish in there, they'd put a red flag.
I don't know.
I
Somebody
would
look it
hope
up.
so, or something
Somebody
like that.
fact check that for us. But oh my gosh, remember when? Okay, so like Wes and I really didn't go on vacations as kids. Like we didn't go on vacation. So like we went on
Mhm.
mission trips, and with our church. And like one mission trip that we went to Panama City Beach. We went to like work on a Bible college down there and like paint and like help restore it and stuff like that. But like we got to go to the beach on a couple of days. And Wes, do you remember our youth pastor got stung by a jellyfish
Right in
on
the
the
ding.
penis? Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's always a lot of jellyfish like in Panama City.
Hey John, you know how we're brothers and everything?
Yeah.
If I ever got stung on the dinghy, would you urinate it?
Would you do him a solid and pee on him?
Would you do me a solid and pee on my dinghy? Just don't look me
Okay,
in the
okay.
eye.
Just don't look in the
No.
eye.
Turn the light off. Hope you're
Do-
spraying in the right
do I-
direction.
Hold on. Do I have to look to aim, or are you looking to aim and telling me where to aim?
Okay, I have a solution for this. Why doesn't he just pee in a bottle and then give it to you? Better yet, your
Oh my
wife can pee
gosh.
in a bottle for you. Or your wife can pee on it for you.
Oh man.
I just want to thank John for like being there for a brother in a hypothetical situation.
Yeah, like he didn't, there was never a no. Like, there was never a no.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, all right?
He's
Old
only
St.
worried about
John,
the aim.
he's down for anything.
Good for looking out only to worry about the aim. Like, how am I gonna aim in this?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. We got to go on a boat ride though, with the Clearwater Aquarium, like their marina thing. We got to go on a boat ride with them and go to this little beach or this little island
The
Mhm.
One
and walk
Tree
around that
Island.
little. Yeah, One Tree
One
Island.
Tree Island. It's all seashells. That's all it was. It was just an island of seashells.
That's really all it was. And then we got to see the island of birds. That was just like no one has stepped foot on that island for like 50 years or something like that because it's just like donated to birds.
You know, that's smart. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't like birds. I don't like
They could just stay on that one bird island.
they can just stay over there in their area and just
Dude, those
I'm cool.
seagulls, man, those things were just like, ooh.
The, seagulls, like they have no chill. Like they're just out for blood, honestly. Like
They're
they're
crazy.
sketch though. They're sketch. They will like take your eyeball out to get you a freaking graham cracker. Like they will take
Yeah.
you out.
And I thought I was annoying and loud, but man, a seagull.
Even
Ooh.
if it was like even if you faked throwing a piece of food, they would fly over there.
Oh, yeah.
Or they would flock to you.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like that.
I like it.
Mm-mm.
Hey, want the
Yeah.
food?
The what did you say that place was that took us on the boat ride?
The aquarium, the Clearwater Aquarium.
Yeah, they're kind of like famous and known for that dolphin tail movie. They had the dolphin that was born without the tail that they had to make a
Flipper or
a
whatever.
certain,
A prosthetic.
yeah,
Yeah.
prosthetic tail for the dolphin so it could swim correctly and stuff like that. and they
Was
had
it born
a scene.
that way or was it like an
I
accident?
don't. I didn't I didn't watch the movie.
I didn't.
But there was some other dolphins there that had some things wrong with them too. And we got to see otters and turtles and
Yeah.
things
So
that come from the ocean.
a lot of sea turtles, a lot of huge sea turtles. They're kind of like, so like their aquarium is kind of like also like a hospital
Mhm.
for like sea animals because they have like a little hospital there for them and they can help them and rehabilitate them and put them back out into the wild. But they had a lot of like dolphins who were like couldn't go back out into the wild, like either they were like hearing impaired or they were blind and stuff like that, and they couldn't go back out into the wild, so they kept them there to live out their days. And it was pretty cool seeing them. Like they were pretty, they were pretty enthralled with like our children too. Like
Oh yeah, yeah. They were like all over them, trying to check them out and like stuff
yeah,
like that. But also, they had like stuffed animals in their hands that they probably thought were food too.
they probably thought they were feeding them, but they did not. But yeah, so it was pretty cool seeing all those animals, and I love going on boat rides like that out in like the ocean,
Yeah, we got to see dolphins and stuff like that. Like
out
a
in the
couple
wild.
places, yeah, out in the wild. Like they were like one was teaching its calf how to hunt like fish and stuff like that. They said, and a thing that I thought was really cool is whenever they go out there and they take people out on the boat rides, any kind of trash or anything that they see, they'll actually take the boat out there to pick up the trash and everything, which I thought was like really cool that they do that.
That is really cool. They said they like to make the ocean a better place once they're leaving. So
Yeah. Yeah, and they had like a sea turtle there that was like one of the biggest like sea turtles in captivity. Like it was like almost like 200 pounds, like
I don't know.
187, I think is what it said, and like its head was like just like massive.
Yeah, it was huge. It was crazy. They were really cool. The kids loved it.
How old do you think that turtle was?
The the big one?
Yeah,
Oh man, I
I
don't know.
I would think it has to be pretty old to be that big, right?
Probably, yeah. Uh,
No, that turtle was like 275 pounds,
What?
250 pounds. Yeah, it was like 250 pounds, I think.
Oh my god.
oh, I was slightly off.
I just now like had a flashback of seeing it on like the little like information desk.
That photographic memory.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, so it was really cool, and like I really like the days where we just like were at the house and like just swimming and stuff like that. Those were really good days too.
Yeah, they were like really relaxing. The nights too, where we got to show one of Mom's friends that came with us, Kill Bill.
Yeah.
And then we got to show her Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm just trying to keep the children entertained and out of there. Like, come on, guys, we don't need to be here.
What's going on? Bang, bang, bang. What happened? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
but it was a good time, and like our kids like got to be like with each other. They were like attached at the hip, like the whole time. So that was good. It was good for them, I think, too.
Oh yeah, they love each other. There
Yeah.
are a couple of cyclones when they are around each other, though.
Oh,
Mm.
Like it's like trying to wrestle a grizzly bear. They
they
team
want to
up
be with
on
each
you.
other at all times too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday night was probably my favorite memory of the two Munchkins because they just run around playing and going wild together.
Yeah, just running and hanging out together.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Just-
yeah, and like because of Jake or uh because of your son and everything, like my daughter like started like swimming and everything like that, like
Yeah.
he kind of like got her because she was not wanting to go into that water at all. Like the first time we went to the first beach, like she barely let the water touch her. She was all about playing in the sand and getting shells. And then almost all the way up until like the middle of the week, maybe Wednesday night, Thursday, is whenever your son finally, I guess, talked her into getting off the ledge and coming into swimming.
She finally did it. I knew. I was saying, you know what? By Thursday, she's gonna be in this water. She's gonna be swimming. She's gonna be loving it. By Thursday, she was, and like she even like jumped off of the side of the pool and jumped into my arms a couple of times. It was really cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the end of the week, she did not want to leave the pool. Like she was asking if we could get a pool, when we were going to get a pool.
The whole way home, like our kid was like, "Are we going to the pool? Where's the pool? Are we going to the pool?" Like, oh my gosh. I thought you guys had a pool though.
What, we have that little plastic one, the little.
I thought you guys had like a 4 foot pool.
We. I don't know how good it is.
Oh. Well, I remember like a couple of years ago for her birthday, we came up there and like it was really cold though. My kid is like a fish though, like he would live in the water if we let
Yeah,
him. Like he's obsessed with the water, which is good. Like I'm glad he is, but he also has like no fear. So
yeah. He has no fear whatsoever. Just like,
the only thing he's afraid of is like strangers, like adult strangers. Like that's his biggest. Like he doesn't want to be around adult strangers. If it's like stranger kids, he's like okay, like I'll play with them. But if it's adults, he's like no thank you, which is good. I'll take that.
yeah. Yeah, so our whenever we went to our vacations when we were younger were just missions trips, one to the college, and then we took one when you were in your teens, or they were a few years apart. How far
Okay,
apart were
so I went to one when I was going from 8th grade into freshman year, and I went to that one by myself. You guys didn't go. We went to Cleveland, Ohio, and like helped out a church, like do their vacation Bible school and stuff like that. And then the second one, we went to, did we go to World Changers the second time or the third?
maybe both times.
No, when we went to Panama City Beach, we didn't remember we weren't around any other groups.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We went to Buffalo, New York. We went to
Yeah,
World Changers. That was like amazing experience.
yeah, that was awesome. That was when we went to Niagara and
Yeah.
everything.
We went to
Uh,
Niagara
that was-
Falls on our like free day.
yeah, Johnny Watts went with us, and just having him around is always a trip. Like I don't, it's like having your own personal Jim Carrey that doesn't have an off button. Like for real,
He was always fun.
that's Johnny. Like
Just
could and
who
will make a joke out of anything.
yeah, yeah. But he like the whole thing was like a really good experience. But with World Changers, like we went to New York and like we got split up. So we weren't it was a bunch of youth groups all like coming together to stay in this like school. We stayed in like a school. We stayed in the classrooms, like we had air mattresses and stuff like that. And like the showers were like the gym showers. They're like they were always really cold, by the way. But so we got separated into different groups, and then we had different jobs that we had to do. So like we were assigned different places in the community or different houses in the community that like people needed help do like taking care of their house. Like we went to one where we had to repaint this lady's house.
Hmm.
And then we went to another one where we had to re-roof her house. Like we re-roofed her whole house. So it was a lot of work, but it was good.
Yeah, it was rewarding and yeah, really, really fun. Yeah, it was awesome. When you were younger, did you go to church camp? I went to church camp.
I went to church camp twice. I went to church camp, I think, when I was like 7 by myself, and it was super scary. And then I also went when I was like 8 or 9, I think, and Kristen and Steven came with me. So that one
Okay.
was a little better. But the first one I was terrified.
Same place or different places?
Yeah, same place. Yeah. It was like what was it like?
Was it with Salem?
Yeah, we went with New Salem. Like that was our mom's church growing up, and they sponsored us to go to church camp. And like it was a really good like time. Like
It was, well, the camp itself is kind of set up like uh Friday the 13th, like the original Friday the 13th. Like it's by a lake, you're in cabins. It was at the time it was very like old school kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like it's surrounded by a lake. You had a rope swing, you know, um that and there was like a just buoys that kind of like went around the lake to separate it from like the swimming area from like boat or other things, on the lake. And then yeah, it really reminded me of like Friday the 13th. Like that was like
um yeah, the first time, the reason why it was really scary is because like I had never seen Friday the 13th. Obviously, I was like 7 years old. And I woke up one night to someone at the window wearing a mask. And
Oh my god.
I
they seen
like
it.
it gives me chills right now even thinking about it, because I like screamed and ran into like where like the counselors were, and I cried and cried and was like, I just want to go home. Like I was so scared. And they had to pull my mattress out there, and I had to sleep with them for like the rest of the week.
Wow.
Dang.
But it was scary. Like who does that to kids?
Yeah.
Another kid.
Probably, but it was really scary. But it was still like a good time though. Like we
Yeah.
like
I always loved going to that church camp. Well, I think I went 2 or 3 times. Um, and yeah, I always had a lot of fun doing it. Like they they always did a lot with you. Like you could go fishing if you want, like, and they let you pick. Like they'd
yeah.
be like, here are the activities for today. Here's where these activities are going. Here's what time they're doing. And they just like pick. You got to be somewhere at all times. So just make sure that you're somewhere.
Yeah, and they did like they had swimming and stuff like that, and like um at the end of the week, like they did like the swimming Olympics or whatever. I don't know. You went to a different week than I did because like our age difference, but like we did like a swimming Olympics, and there was like different categories, like the best dive, the best like cannonball, like the best like flip, like the fastest swimmer, stuff like that. Just gonna put it out there that I got the best front flip. So but yeah, so it was really cool. And I think Kristen, like, I think she got the best dive and stuff like that. Like, it was really fun. I always came back with swimmers here, though.
Ooh, that's not
We
fun.
did a talent show. I remember doing a talent show. And that's where I kind of came up with my physical comedy routine that I used to do at talent shows, when everything people would put on a talent show.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't.
I used to have this routine with the chair where like I couldn't sit on the chair, like the chair almost wouldn't let me sit on it. So like I'd come out, trip, do a face like a Ric Flair into the chair, and then like I'd get off, and like I'd go to sit on the chair and I'd fall off like all the sides and just like jump on it and make it Yeah, yeah. It was physical comedy.
Yeah.
It was all,
We made up
yeah,
your routine there. We didn't
yep.
have that, but we did have like worship, I think, and stuff like that. And we did like we learned like worship songs like in sign language and stuff like that. And that was pretty cool. We always
Oh,
did tie-dye shirts too.
yeah. Yeah, I remember everyone doing a tie-dye shirt.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of like our vacations. I don't remember this, but mom said that you guys went to like Opryland. Was
Yeah,
that like a weekend getaway?
we were super young. I barely remember Opryland.
I
Very
think I was like
little.
2.
We were real young. I think I I got a hat from Opryland. Um, what was their? They had a mascot that was like, what was their mascot? It was something like a Bigfoot or something like that, but like Dad's foot, like almost like was as big as the Bigfoot's like foot, something like that. But yeah, I remember. I barely remember Opryland. Very
Yeah.
barely.
So fun fact though, mom said that they were supposed to take us to Disney World, but dad couldn't get away from work last minute. And so instead they had to take us to Opryland. But
Oh wow.
yeah. But that was really like the only vacation that we went on other than like our mission trips and stuff like that. Like we didn't unless somebody died, unfortunately. Like we didn't like go
Went
places.
on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like shortly after the missions trip, uh, to from Buffalo, me and Johnny actually started like hitting the road and actually like traveling and seeing places. We've got, started traveling. I know we went to Tennessee and stayed with his brother one night, and that's where I got to meet Rick Steiner. I got to paint, or no, sorry, I got to draw a guitar on his brother's wall.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, what else happened? It was for like an NWA show. Like Johnny got to wrestle like a NWA television champion one night, which was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, especially for like only being like 6 months in. Like that's
Yeah. Yeah, so you did most of your traveling though with wrestling and stuff, Wes. Like you traveled all over, I feel like.
yeah, well, I mean, I got to see some stuff, but I mean, to be honest, like I got to see it through a car window, you know what I mean? Like I got to see flashbys or drive-bys of things. Uh I mean, I got to see like some pretty cool historical build. I got to be in some pretty cool historical buildings, stuff like that. Like uh me, JP, and Waltz and Scarlett used to go to Nashville on a weekly basis whenever I was still in high school, down at their fairgrounds, and that's where TNA started their filming tapings at, which was like really cool. Like that,
Yeah.
you got to see like TNA spray painted on one of their rafters, their top rafters that was
Okay,
there.
but what does that stand for?
Total nonstop action.
Okay.
And they were they did have a regular square ring, but
Mhm.
then they were the federation with the six sides. Do you remember the six sides? Yeah, they were. No, okay. Well, they were one of the they were the big they were one of the big American feds with the six-sided ring.
Oh, okay, okay. Whenever you say TNA, like I just think tits and ass.
That's all it was.
That's all they showed.
Well, like I mean, like they kind of like that was kind of like the he behind it. You know what I mean? Total nonstop action, TNA. So yeah.
So
Uh,
where was your favorite place to travel to?
oh, my favorite place. Um, oh man, I don't know. Like because uh, I got to go Evansville Coliseum is really cool, just because like wrestling history, that's where a lot of things, happened. A lot of people went through Evansville. Like it was like a main staple for like a long time. Uh, there has been a company, I believe, within like the last year that's like kind of like put a little new breath back into the Coliseum. But the way the Coliseum is set up is really cool because like it is like a Coliseum, like the stage that you come out of, and then you're just like surrounded by top rafters and people.
Yeah.
Um, there was a place in Homer, Illinois. Like Homer, Illinois is very small town. Like probably no one knows about it besides the people who live there. But like the place that they had it was Homer's Opera House, which is an old school opera house. Uh, that's been there since like the early 1900s, late 1800s. You know what I mean?
Did we go
Uh,
there?
yeah, you've been there.
Okay.
You've been there. Um, and then, but you've been downstairs to the opera house. There's an upstairs to the opera house also that has like a stage, and they have like sliding instead of curtains. Back in the day, they just had like these like things that they would pull back and forth that they had paintings on. They'd paint them. They'd paint on them
Oh
like scenes
wow.
and stuff. So they have that up there. Um, uh, my road trip that I went on with the Viking War Party and Outlaw was really fun. We got to go like almost do a loop around the United States with them, and that was whenever I had my torn MCL ACL. So
Yeah.
to be honest, like I didn't do anything. I was just like their road dog, to be honest. You know what I mean? Just sit in the back and just like, just throwing a little bit of conversation, whenever I could, or, just like, help out,
Passing
you
snacks.
know, make sure everyone had the necessary snacks, and there was a music choice that needed to be thrown out,
Yeah. Yeah.
anything that I could.
You guys went to Vegas then, right?
Yeah, we went to Vegas, we went to California, Texas. Like I said, we just did a big loop. We kind of went through Colorado and then like come back. I think most of them came out of St. Louis. So like we went to St. Louis, which St. Louis is always really cool seeing the big arch.
They have a cool
Have you,
zoo there.
yeah, have you ever been up in the arch in St. Louis?
Yeah, I took like a day trip there with Olivia and I think Jessica went and Allison maybe. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so the four of us went to St. Louis one day. We went to the zoo and we went up in the arch and stuff like that. Which I'm not a great fan of heights, but it was alright.
Yeah, did you feel it sway at all?
I probably did, but subconsciously I was like, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's not going anywhere. We're good. But it was
I
good.
think I'm pretty sure with the stories that I've overheard and been passed down, I think Dad knows someone who like helped was a welder on the arch.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
So you think that road trip was probably like your favorite?
Favorite. I mean, not favorite because like me and Walt had like some really good trips. You know what I mean? Like I don't. There's just something about like a good uh trip with buddies or guys that like could talk about a subject for forever. You know what I mean? Like we all know wrestling, or we all like, you know, we all like wrestling, so we could all talk about wrestling for forever. And that's really just what you do. It's just pass down stories that you've heard or that you've seen, or you make up, you know, like things happen on this road story that now you get to pass down onto other road stories, you know, with other people, you know, and stuff like that. So like it's really cool. Like I said, I'm gonna have to bring on like some people that's been on some road with me, you know, like Walt and Lumpy and stuff
Tell
like
some
that.
stories.
Yes, we can tell some stories.
I like. I obviously love going to the beach. I don't know. So,
Do you like traveling at all? Do you like it?
oh yeah, I love traveling. I love traveling. Like going and just like being able to just like feel like you're free. Like is that's just my favorite feeling in the world. Like, I mean, I don't know. So like, I I love traveling. I love it. It's kind of harder with a small child, you know what I mean? But like my dream would be for like us to like get an RV or a van and just like live in it and travel everywhere, and do everything, like see everything. Like, because I want John to see, like, I've been to California and stuff like that, and like I want him to see that and like just like explore. I want to explore everything. Like I want to see the redwoods. Like I want to go to Texas and and see all of that. Like I want to go to Vermont and New Hampshire during the fall and like see everything. I want to see everything.
No, I like I'm with you too. I love that's something that I miss about wrestling a lot is just being on the road and to be honest, just like like even by yourself being on the road, like that's like your jam out session, you know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
nothing like in the summertime putting all the windows down and just jamming out to, you know, your favorite music. And like with like Pandora or like with YouTube and stuff like that, like you put on a mix and they'll put on like some stuff that like, hey yo, here's a new band, and you'll find
Hmm.
you know other stuff that you like too.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I, hold on,
During
just
all of our road trips, John has to listen to me belting it out the whole time.
Oh my goodness.
Remington has found her voice. I keep on saying my kid's name, but oh, my
I feel like it's okay. Like I feel like we've said our kids' names before, but then I'm like, wait, do they want me to say their kid's name? Like,
yeah. Oh well, so yeah, Remington has definitely found her voice. Let me tell you, and it is. It's
I
great.
love it.
Hey, oh, give me just a second. Yeah, let me, because someone was knocking on the door.
Okay.
All right.
Can I go pee?
Yeah, we can do the pause
All right.
if needed.
Oh,
Pause.
hello.
So, uh, all right. So we both like traveling and everything. Brandy, where has your favorite place been to travel to?
Um, I love going to the beach, like I've been to Myrtle Beach a couple of times with our friends, Kayla and Zach, like with kids, without kids. We went to Florida. Well, I've been to Florida 4 times. 4 times. I've been to Panama Beach twice, and then we went to Destin, and then we went to Apollo Beach. And then I've been to Phoenix, Arizona, which is really cool. Like out west, I think is really cool just because it's like a different atmosphere almost. But I don't know. I don't know where my favorite place was to be.
Texas.
I think. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying Texas.
Well, I hadn't been to Texas yet.
Oh, wait. Where'd you go? Nevada?
I went to Arizona.
Arizona. That's the one. Sorry. I knew it was one of those over there. I am geography challenged.
He really is.
Geographically challenged.
But you know what? I don't know if I have a favorite because I love to travel, but like I really want to go to like Utah and like go down and like see all of like, I don't know, see like the mountains and stuff like that out west, like um go
Isn't that
hiking
where
out
the Salt
there.
Lakes are?
Salt Lake City, yeah.
Yeah, that smells.
What?
It smells.
How do
The
you
salt, the salt
smell?
flats, salt flats and everything. It smells. It smells
Oh, but
like real bad fish or whatever because of like the brine shrimp like dry up or whatever there. It stinks.
sorry.
Thanks.
But I want to go like out there to like the national forest and stuff like that, and like go out to like Zion and stuff like that and go hiking and stuff and like experience all that stuff. But I also want to go like to Montana and like see all that cool like, you know, I don't know, like wilderness stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Be out in nature. That's what I want to be. Listen, like when I was younger, I always wanted to be like in the city. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to go see New York City and like see like one day I'd like to like maybe do a drive by through New York City, but like I wouldn't want to stay in New York City. I feel like it's too much.
Dang, you're getting serious. Like the
What?
savage. Doing a drive-by in New York.
Yeah, why
Oh
do you
my,
want to hit up New York? West Coast. We know where you stand, Tupac.
I would like to just go see it and then go home. Like I don't want to like stay. You know what I mean? Like I would love to go see like a Broadway like play or musical, that kind of thing, and then just like go home. Like I think the crowds and stuff would be way too much for me. But now it's like I just want to see everything the world has to offer, and that's what I want to do. I like to travel. I just want to take like my kid and my husband and do all this crazy traveling and stuff like that, and just like experience new stuff.
Well, maybe we should ask your husband. John, how do you feel about that? Are you a
He doesn't get a
traveling
vote.
guy?
He doesn't get a vote.
I don't get the vote. One of my bucket lists is to go see the redwoods, like all the sequoias.
Yeah.
God dang it, dude.
What's happening?
Thank you. He said, "Don't forget to hit the subscribe button."
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
He knows. He knows.
But yeah, I'd really like to go see all the giant redwoods and stuff. I think that'd be really cool because I feel like it would kind of give you like I feel like it'd be very humbling, like
Mhm.
it give oh he
Something
just
fall on you?
he face planted into the computer.
Rip. John and I have talked about traveling and stuff like that too. Like, he likes to travel and go do things. As long as he doesn't have to drive, he's good.
Yeah. I'm not good with the long distance drive.
Listen, I'm fine with the driving to a certain point, and then I'm just like, okay, like I just need a break for a little bit, but like I don't know. I mean, when we went to like Myrtle Beach, like I drove the entire way. Like
Yeah.
John didn't drive at all. And that's like 12 hours and we just went straight. Like
Didn't
we didn't
stop at all, just kept going.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
I
an
got
Like-
idiot.
there.
What state is Myrtle Beach in?
South Carolina? North
Yep.
Carolina?
So it's South Carolina.
South Carolina? Okay. Oh, your hands.
Take your shirt off. Flip it around your head like a helicopter. Listen. I said that one time and he was like, what are you doing? Like, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that's a song. Like, that. He's like, no, it's not. And so, like, I had to, like, prove to him that it is, in fact, a song. But I think it's North Carolina. But
It is
still.
North Carolina.
But still. I'm like, yeah, that is a song, dude. Like,
I've never heard of it. I never heard it. So
You never? Oh, dude, it was like an anthem for a minute.
yeah. Yeah, because didn't Josh, like, wear, like, North Carolina hats for a little bit? Like,
Yeah, the Tar Heels.
yeah. But I love it out there. I love it by the beach because it's just, I love the water and love, like, the sun and everything like that and just, like, the breeze from it. But I don't know. I just want to be, I like being on the go and doing things because, like we said, that kind of chaos, like the constant going and moving and stuff like that. But I like to, like, be with, like, my people too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as long as, like, you know, like
To
John
be
and
honest-
Darren are there.
My favorite part of the travels really isn't like the big the beaches or really like the big cities and stuff like that. It's kind of like the little hole in the wall stores that you stop at, or like, places in between the
Yeah.
places that you're going to.
Yeah.
Like it's been a thing for a good minute, but we just found Bucky's for the first time going
Dude,
to.
Buc-ee's is cool.
Oh man, that thing was like anxiety inducing, just how much stuff there is.
Yeah, if it had, like, the quarter of the people, like, walking around in there, like, it'd be much better. But
You know what
It
it
was-
reminded me of? It reminded me of Boomland. It just
Yeah.
without the fireworks.
yeah, without the whole, like, section of fire. Boomland's a little bigger, I feel like. But I feel like the Buc-ee's we went to might have been a little smaller than the other one. Because, like, so we watch these people called Kara and Nate, and they do, like, YouTube travel videos and stuff like that. And I feel like they said, like, they stayed at a Buc-ee's one time and they had, like, a sit down restaurant inside.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Not really sure where it was, but yeah. So I was like, oh gosh, we gotta go to a Buc-ee's, Once I saw the signs, I was like, I want to do that. But
it was really
I think, yeah, the weird little stops and places you see and you go and, like, the stories and stuff like that, that's always really fun.
Right. And if Boomland, if anybody wants to know where that's at, that's in Missouri. It's this big like Western supply store. It has a restaurant
station.
there. Yeah, gas station, firework. They sell all kinds of fireworks, knickknacks. Like I said, like Western hats, jackets. They sell leather jackets for bikers and stuff like that too. It's a pretty cool
God, they
store.
have everything there. And they have, like, a restaurant in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, yeah. So I like that stuff too. My goal, it would be really cool. Not really my goal, I just thought about it. But I think if
My goal I just thought of right now.
let's add it to the list. Like, okay, so one of my things, like, I think it would be really cool is to, like, either get, like, a piercing or a tattoo, like, every place I visit. Like my last tattoo I got in La Jolla. And so I think, and, like, I wanted to get my septum pierced down in Florida and stuff like that. But I just think, like, it'd be cool, like, taking that back with you. You know what I mean? Or, like, obviously doing your research and stuff like that. But I think that would be cool.
That would be
Also,
really
probably because I have, like, a map tattooed on my back. But It'd be cool to
Well,
like.
yeah, it'd be only almost like scars on your body. Like
Yeah.
how did you get that? Well, I got this here, and I got this here, and I got that there. That would be. John, what's your experience? What was your experience like a kid with vacationing? Did y'all have very many vacations as a kid?
Uh, we didn't really go anywhere besides like camping a couple times. Like I can remember going camping like I want to say like maybe twice or three times total. I know it was at least twice though. But one in particular always stuck out with me that I can remember, and it was I don't even know where it was. Like I don't even think it was that far away from where we live. But we took my one of my brother's best friends at the time with us, and so it was like him and then all of us, just family, you know. And I remember my dad discovered ramen noodles for the first time at like a gas station. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if he discovered them for the first time or if we just ate them for the first time. So I don't know if he like knew about them beforehand, but I remember that was like the first time all of us kids like encountered them. And I was probably like maybe 7 or 8 or something like that.
And you ate them ever since.
Yeah, pretty
Those were like
much.
a delicacy for us as children. Like we always had the ramen.
Yeah. So was like the camping like the full like tent experience? Was
Oh
it
yeah,
the RV?
100%.
Like,
We had I think it was like probably like a 6 or 7 person tent or something like that. It was pretty big. There was 3 rooms. There was like 2 rooms where you'd sleep in, and then there was like a main area where you could kind of like a commons area, I guess you would say, you know.
mhm,
And we took air mattresses, and there was an air mattress in each room. And I
That's
remember I slept out in the front area where like everyone was supposed to like it's supposed to be like the commons area, you know.
right.
And it had like stormed really bad that night, and my mom had to stay up and like rotate with my dad, like getting up and like keep pushing water off the top of the tent because it was pooling like right above where I was sleeping. So it like the tent was like collapsing in on my face where I was asleep. So they had to like wake up every so often, like push the bubble up to get the water to go down, you know. And then after they kept doing that, then a bubble formed underneath of the mattress where I was sleeping, and
oh
it
my.
started getting the floor wet. So yeah.
I don't know if like that was me or something, but I lost some of that conversation.
Oh, it was you because it wasn't us.
Okay.
Uh but yeah, it was yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty good. It was a good time. I remember like doing the whole campfire stuff and you know, roasting s'mores and doing weenies and stuff like that. And that's the kind of stuff I love the smell of campfires. So
Got s'mores.
yeah. And ramen noodles. I think my dad brought a deep fryer with him too.
Wow.
Oh,
So he like deep fried oh what were they? They weren't
Deep fried ramen noodles.
no, they were like chicken patties, but they weren't called chicken patties. I can't remember what they were.
Chicken
Um,
cutlets.
it was like breaded. Um real it was like beaten real flat. Kind of like a tenderloin, but not. I
Okay.
can't I can't remember what he called them. But he'd like bring those and fry those for us and stuff. And we'd have French fries. He'd fry French fries all on
how
like a
long
little
did you
park
camp
bench.
for?
I think it was only like maybe 2 days.
That's cool
It
though.
wasn't like too crazy. It was just a weekend kind of thing.
That's
So
pretty dope.
yeah, but we
Did your
only got
dad
to
take
do
his
that a couple
boat with
times.
you guys?
Huh?
Did your dad take the boat?
When we went camping, no. But we did go when we did have a boat, we did go boating quite a bit. So at my childhood home, he had a boat, and like my uncles and my aunts and my cousins would all come down, and we'd all go like boating together, like tubing and go to the reservoir and go boating around and stuff. And after we lost the house, he ended up having to sell it, and ever since then we didn't really do anything after that. It's only been recently that he's gotten a boat again, and they've actually been like going out and doing stuff. Like we've been out fishing and stuff like that, and just been out on the lake. So, but yeah, we
Have
used
you
to
had
do
a-
Didn't
all
your
sorts of
dad go
stuff.
to Canada recently?
Yeah, I think that was back in like March or June or no. Yeah, I think it was June of
Like,
last year.
on a
Um,
fishing trip?
yeah, he went with his two buddies and my uncle Brad, and he said it was good and it wasn't good, but
I mean, I feel like every vacation you're gonna have your good and your bad. You know what
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Well, I guess from his perspective, one individual just kept complaining the whole time. So he'd catch fish and he'd complain about catching fish. So it was like a
what?
lose-lose kind of deal. So
Yeah.
yeah. But
Do you have a favorite like place that you've been or a favorite experience like traveling?
it wasn't a family vacation or anything like that, or like a family thing, but it was I guess I'd have to say like in high school, one of my best friends, his family lived down in Kentucky, and I went with him on a road trip all the way down there to go visit like his grandpa and stuff, and we stayed at his grandpa's house, and just like driving down there and seeing everything, like seeing Kentucky for the first time, because that was like the first time I'd ever been out of the state. So I'd never really left in Indiana at all until that moment. So that was kind of like my first like, oh wow, it smells different down here. It's a lot
Hills.
hillier, it's greener, it seems like the sky was bluer, so that yeah. It was like, eating ice cream for
There's
the
a
first
world
time.
outside of Indiana.
Yeah. So but it was a lot of fun.
Okay, but a little hurt though that like your favorite vacation wasn't with me, bruh.
Well,
It's
I mean,
fine.
it
Man, that
was,
moment. Come on.
I did love it, but this moment was like my first, you know what I mean? It was like the first time I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
to
yeah.
see, something other than Indiana, which Indiana's pretty boring. So, but yeah, we took his four-wheeler down and stuff, and we went four-wheeling, and he took me around some of the areas like his dad used to go uh stomping around, like he's called old stomping grounds where we go check out and four-wheel and stuff. So it was cool. I got to meet his family a little bit, and there were some interesting characters. uh I think it was our second night down there. Hang on, Jay. I think it was like our second night down there. His grandpa knew how to play the banjo, and he took us to
Okay, but like when you say banjo, is it like
yes, yes, 100%. I'm talking bluegrass, like, yeah. But
He was
yeah,
tap dancing with no shoes on.
well, he couldn't walk very well, so he was tap dancing in the chair, but
Okay.
But were you tap dancing, John? That's a real question.
no, I was not. I was
You
sitting in
weren't
the
playing the
chair.
spoon?
I was having a culture shock, okay? I'd never experienced anything like that. But he took us to like his grandpa took us to his friend's house. And let me tell you what, this house did not have a front door. It didn't have a door at all. You just walked in, okay?
What?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was, but that was what was going on. And when we got there was already other people there, like jamming. It was like a jam session. And
Of old people?
yeah, it was like a jam session. Yeah. And
Oh yeah,
we
I
showed up.
knock at that.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. And his grandpa just, walked in, and yeah, and he just started going right at it.
That'd be
That's what's
cool.
up. That is what's up.
That's the kind of community that's like awesome. Like where you can just walk in and be like, "What's up?" Like,
I'd still want a door.
I mean, yeah, like I still want a door. like a curtain, something.
Yeah, it was very bizarre.
Like, what if
it
a wild
was
animal walked in there?
New pet.
straight off the street.
That's Coon. He stayed here for a week and a half. He's almost potty trained.
Oh my gosh, dude, his grandpa had a pet pig, and let me tell you, he said he bought it as a teacup pig.
Mm.
It was not a teacup pig.
The potbelly pig.
Yeah, it was like every bit of like 200 pounds. It was
Oh my god.
huge. Yeah, it was black with like white spots on it, and I mean, it was sweet. It was like a dog. You could go up and just pet it, and it would like wag its tail, and you could like scratch behind its ears. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like,
Aw.
I've never experienced something like this, and then
Was
it would
its
just
name
waddle
Wilbur?
away. I don't remember what its name was, to be honest.
I'd name it
Must have been Pork Chop.
You name it what?
I'd
Pork
name it
chop.
Husky.
Husky.
He would name it Pork Chop.
Yeah.
It'd be Wilbur. I'd get a little pet spider too, so it'd write his name.
Scarlet. Listen, John sent me like a video the other day as a reel or something of this guy being like, I brought home like a new weed eater, and it was this baby goat, and I was like, why are you playing with me like that? Like, you can't be sending me videos of these little baby animals. I want them.
Listen, they have garage sales up here like every 2 weeks, and the Amish, yeah, they will sell you. I mean, we've seen a goose, chickens, roosters, lambs, goats, dogs, peacocks.
A peacock.
Yeah, we saw like 3 or 4 peacocks for sale.
It reminds me of that like Katy Perry song. Let me see your peacock. Got. Anyway.
They're expensive.
Oh gosh. The peacocks are all their animals.
Yes. But you know what? They didn't have that I've always wanted?
They didn't help you?
What?
Fainting goat.
Fainting goat. You know they have a little heart attack whenever that happens. Like, it's not a real faint. Like, they're like gonna die.
No, it's a response. Their muscles lock up. That's what it is.
I don't know if I believe that. I feel like I'm gonna have to see some facts.
Where's your proof in a heart attack?
Yeah. It's just like they're gonna die.
Our parents.
Don't forget my butt!
He thinks the funniest thing in the world is be like my butt. Like, that's his thing right now. AC and Connie, like our parents' friends, they had fainting goats. They're the ones that gave us the wolf dogs.
Yeah.
Can I help
No,
you?
no.
Can I help you with that? Can I help you with that?
He's on one right now. He ate that Oreo and he's on one. That's why I only gave him one. Imagine 3. Good Lord.
Oh,
But yeah, I want to travel a lot. And JJ loves to travel too.
and Daddy!
And Daddy loves to travel too.
And Cammy!
Okay, we'll talk about Cammy, but
What about dinosaurs?
you want to go see dinosaurs? Look outside, you'll see birds.
That's close.
Wait till
But
they're just real miniature dinosaurs.
I'm calling my side a rainbow.
oh, a rainbow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that like traveling's a big thing that I want to do in the future. I have always loved to travel.
And I'm helping her.
Yeah, and he's gonna help me travel. And I have lots of like a list of places I want to visit. So
Have we said where we would want to go?
I don't think so. Where do you want to? Well, I kind of did. Did you?
I don't think I have.
Where do you want to go?
Overseas to somewhere in Europe. I'd like to see
Europe?
Europe. Yeah, I'd like to
Oh.
see Europe.
Yeah.
I would would love to see Europe too, but like sometimes Europe is a little sketch, but then sometimes I see things that's like it's so much better than the US and stuff. So it's like I don't know what to believe anymore. But I would like to visit and just like experience that and see like what it's all about over there.
Yeah, I would like to experience like I'd like to experience Ireland. I'd like to experience Scotland. Like to be honest, like I want to go to see an old castle. That's really what I want to go to. I would want to go see an old castle.
My side is good.
Yeah.
Or just like see Notre Dame. I think that would be really cool to see Notre Dame.
Like all their gothic, like
Yeah, just the architecture
architecture.
and buildings and stuff like that. I don't know how like cool I would be with their food and stuff like that, but I mean, experience is an experience, I guess. So, you know,
Yeah, I think I would love to like I would try it. Like I'm a really picky person when it comes to food, like so, with certain things. But like I would try like new things. I'm picky when it comes to meat. Let me just meat, any kind of meat I'm picky about. But like if they have vegetarian dishes, I would try them.
I potato soup.
Potato soup. You got the potato soup? Yeah. So I mean, I know John would love to travel overseas too. And like there's this there's like these Kara and Nate that we watch. They like get on these trains and like will travel on train like to different countries over there, and it's like so quick and everything, and they get to explore so much, and like you can just watch off the train and see all the beautiful countryside and stuff like that. And I'm just like, that would be awesome.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
They do all these cool things and like they'll go like bungee jumping and stuff like that.
Right, like cause like people backpack across Europe, so it can't be like that big, right? Like there's not that many people backpacking across the United States.
Right.
I mean, Forrest Gump walked across, right? And he just kept walking.
Monica, do like this.
Okay.
He was running, not
Oh, and
walking.
he was a running.
Like this. See this? I'm holding it way down.
Okay, wait.
Wait.
Yeah, and so like I would love to travel all
See,
over the
I'm
world.
touching this bad boy.
Oh, you're touching that bad boy. That's cool.
Then touch it too.
Yeah. So we'll cut this part out.
That we won't.
The only places I feel like I would be a little afraid of is like China,
China.
But I think like in Russia, like I probably wouldn't travel there. But like other places I think would be cool. Like and I think traveling to Africa would be really cool.
I think Australia would be dope.
Australia would be
Right, I
fun.
think Australia would be cool if like I didn't get like punched or kicked by like a kangaroo or like got attacked by a spider because those
Oh my
spiders are
God.
Piss off the kangaroo. What is the
See,
fuck?
they
happened to
always
the kangaroo where it's
they
punching
are
and
the place.
kicking you?
have you seen those reels on TikTok or on Instagram? They will come up and just
He
punch you.
does. He does.
Yeah, they do. They do. He's seen them, and they'll kill your dog too.
Hey,
You
mommy.
taking me to Australia?
She's an Australian cattle dog, so she would.
Hey,
fit in.
mommy.
Yes, baby.
She's not scared of. She's not scared.
No, she's not scared of anything, is she?
She's not scared of spiders like me.
Yeah. I thought you liked spiders.
I like spiders. I like spiders and I like spiders and I like spiders and Cammy's like spiders and he don't like
No,
spiders.
I don't like spiders. That's
No.
correct. What does mommy also not like?
Yucky stuff.
Yucky stuff.
But I'm gonna use kind of things.
Yeah.
I'm
But
gonna be,
yeah, so I would love
mommy,
to travel.
mine,
over
hey,
there.
mommy, guess what? Mine's gonna be rainbow.
Rainbow.
This big.
Have you guys? Oh, you probably haven't, but like, there's this Kesha song called Rainbow, and I love it so much. I wish I would have like mentioned it on one of my like.
I was singing it yesterday.
Yeah, you were. Um, I wish I would have listed that as one of the songs for like my
Guess
life.
what? The bad word, sorry.
What did you say?
Bad word.
What bad word? What?
Shit.
No, we don't say that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, but
Yes.
thank you for saying sorry, but we don't say bad words.
You guys still doing that?
But yeah, so thank you guys for listening about our traveling and our vacation. We had a lot of fun. We hope to do more vacations in the future. Let us know your favorite place to travel to.
Mommy.
And
Mommy. This is not working.
what, baby?
This is not working.
Did you try?
And let us know if your child also interrupts you while you try to tell something.
Sorry, but
Shit,
can
everyone.
you
Like, wait.
I'm just laughing
I
because
did
it's not mine right
Who
now.
wakes up?
it just dried up because we didn't use it.
Everybody
Okay, but I don't think the pink works either.
got the door.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, Dicey, it works.
It works. It works if you listen.
Yep.
It works if you
It works.
listen. You keep on listening. We'll keep on working. Thanks for listening and going down this Charlotte Web trip with us. Please comment, like, what's your favorite place to travel? How much you like traveling? Where you like to go? Where you want to go? All the hopes and dreams, comment down below. We love you. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a likey. And we'll see you next time when we temper this tantrum.